Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be doing a Kyanite collection reveal. I've been working on this collection for the last 2 months. There are 19 pieces in total, and it's going to be live on August 28th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I want to just kind of keep it casual today, go through the pieces that I have available, tell you a little bit more about the style of them, the techniques that are used to make them, along with any dimensions, what kind of chains they come on, what size rings they are, and just different options that will be available for you guys upon checkout. And there might be some background noises. I do have dogs. And I live on a busy street, so that is what it is. But yeah, so please click like and subscribe if you like these kind of videos, and leave a comment below with which piece you like best. And I will not be accepting coupon codes just for the first probably launch of the collection. I usually disable them for new collections, but that doesn't mean any remaining pieces in the future will probably go on sale and or be able to have coupons applied to them. So let's get started. The reason I wanted to do Kyanite was I got a really beautiful batch of Kyanite stones, and I really based the collection off of those. And then I had other pieces that I've had for a while, and some other Kyanite stones I sourced to kind of make this collection a really well-ranged collection in price. I didn't want it to just be very expensive pieces, and I also didn't want it to be only inexpensive pieces. I really wanted a mixture so I could have everybody have a piece of handmade jewelry that they really, really liked. So a little bit about Kyanite, which is really nice. Kyanite does not have to be cleansed or cleared because it doesn't retain any negative energy, which is really, really great for very sensitive types. I don't know, for me, sometimes I wear certain stones and they don't vibe with me. I can work with them, but I won't necessarily wear them. And or that particular stone might have a lot of energy. These are nice in the sense that you could really wear these and not feel like the crystal is taking any additional energy into your day. That's just how I feel. We all feel differently, obviously. But yeah, that's something that I really do like about Kyanite. So another cool thing is Kyanite is the astrological sign of Libra, Aries, and Taurus. So if you're one of those 3 signs, you can also use this as a birthstone type sentiment piece for yourself, or for maybe a gift for somebody else. So another thing that's cool about Kyanite is the way that the fibers grow. It has like a fiber-like structure, and it crystallizes, and it's very, very soft when it's in its raw form. I have a few raw pieces here, and I will talk a little bit more about caring for raw Kyanite because it is going to be different than polished pieces. But it's really unique and interesting the way that the crystal does grow. Now, it does come in a couple different colors. I've never seen pink Kyanite, but it can come in pink, green, blue, that bluish silvery that we are often seeing. That's what mostly this collection is going to be. And I believe there's black as well. If I miss any, I'll put it on the screen. This particular stone vibrates to the number 4. And it's really nice because if you're someone who likes to meditate, this is a stone that's going to be great for you to bring yourself right into meditation if you're having trouble kind of settling in. This is something that is a really nice way to kind of adjust yourself into your meditations. So another thing about Kyanite is it brings calmness and tranquility, and it dispels anger well. So if you're kind of feeling any frustration in your life right now, or you feel like you might want to have a piece to really kind of bring that energy down and level you out, this is also a nice piece to be wearing. So another interesting fact about Kyanite is that it automatically and immediately aligns all of your chakras. So if you're doing any type of Reiki work or energy healing, this is something that's nice to maybe carry through after a session, and or gifting it to somebody that might really need constant balancing and leveling out with their chakras if things are out of sorts and you are trying to do some energy repairing. Well, I hope you guys, I wanted to include a little excerpt about things that Kyanite can do for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's get right into it. I'm going to start off with some Tiffany Soldered pieces. And if you didn't know, Tiffany Soldered is just basically a way of saying molten metal layered on top of copper. You start off with like a copper tape, and then I apply molten metal all over the piece, and I basically sculpt it until I get the desired texture and look I'm going for. And it's basically built up and built up, and it's a very soft metal. And then and it's applied at a very, very hot temperature, and then it hardens into what looks like sterling silver. It is a little bit cheaper. It's a lot cheaper actually than sterling because it is a base metal, but I also apply a lacquer that will last forever. Do not swim or shower in these kinds of pieces. You can swim and shower with some of the sterling silver work, but I still wouldn't recommend that because it's just not good for the silver or the stones. But this is, so the lacquer is applied and it will last and it will not tarnish. You won't have to polish it. It's a very low maintenance jewelry, which is really, really nice. But like I said, just make sure you don't shower in it. That's the only thing to preserve the lacquer that's on there. It's not like a nail polish either. This is a jewelry grade self-leveling. You don't see it, it's invisible. And it's only on the actual metal part. So the first piece I'm going to talk about, and I have some notes, so if I just refer to over here, don't mind me. I just wanted to make sure I say everything that I have. This is the first piece, which is a Kyanite Bar Necklace. I absolutely love this. This is actually raw kyanite, and this has a gorgeous color to it. It has a really nice deep silvery blue. This one is a little bit deeper than some of the other raw kyanites that you're going to see. And we have the beautiful metal texture on either side. So it creates that kind of bar look. And this is what the back looks like. The back is a little bit lighter than that front. And we're finished on a flat cable chain. This is a stainless steel chain. And I have this at 18 inches right now. And I wouldn't recommend making this a long necklace. So I would probably do 16 inches for myself. But 18, if you're petite like me, 16 would be about up here. You can even go shorter if you want. So this particular bar necklace is going to be available in between 16 and 20 inches. I don't recommend making this a long necklace. Again, it's really meant to be sitting up on the décolleté. And again, I would wear mine more or less at this length because it works better for my body and just where it hits me with like lower necklines. So this is a 70 millimeters, I believe, long and then 10 millimeters wide. So it's a pretty wide bar necklace piece, but it's just a really cool statement piece, but it's not too big, and you could definitely layer this with other pieces or chokers or smaller chains. I think that would be really nice. It is finished with a lobster claw clasp, and it has a little detail also on the front, if you can see right there. I have two like little ball accents that I placed on the front. And there are sterling silver accents, like these two jump rings are sterling silver. I use sterling in some portions of these soldered pieces. It just depends on what application I'm doing. So that's the first piece that will be available. I know I have a few people interested in that one. So the next piece we have is this gorgeous raw kyanite and labradorite piece. And this is going to be on a 48-inch long suede chain. If you wanted to get chain, I will accommodate that, but on my website, the suede chain is the only way that I offer it as of right now. And you have this really nice sterling silver gallery bezel. And then this is all hand bezel set across the back with that beautiful molten metal and texture. This one is going to be 48 inches long, but if you need more cord, I'm going to have options on my website. This 48 inches is just enough so I can tie it. If you feel that you have a little bit of a wider neck, then you might want to get 54 inches or more. You don't probably need any more than 60 though. Another way to wear this is you can untie it. And you can also cut this cord. So if you don't like the option of having something that's short like this, like a choker that's wrapped, you can totally do like a 30-inch long necklace as well. I leave these cords unfinished so that this way you could do whatever you want with them. But you can also just have it, you know, right here and tied, or you can have it really, really long. I probably didn't pick the best shirt to wear with longer chains, but I only have two that are like this in the collection. But as you can see, you can wear this pretty much however you like. If you like something longer or if you like something shorter, there's something kind of for everybody and your style. I do want to say one thing with the raw kyanite pieces. You want to be delicate with these. They do not have a lot of strength because they're not polished, and they have some edges that if you you have to gently place this down like on your countertops, or if you have maybe like a glass jewelry dish tray, just make sure you place it down and it'll be fine. But if if you bang this on something, the raw kyanite is not a very hard stone. I believe it's a 4 or 5 on the Mohs scale. I have to double check that. It might even be a 6. I'll put it on the screen for you guys. So just be careful. It's something to keep mindful about the raw kyanites. My next piece is super fun, super casual, and definitely a great layering staple. These are all raw kyanites, and they have sterling silver hand wire wrapped. They're all a little bit different, all different funky stones, all different tones to the kyanite, as you can see. On the website, and this one has some nice yellows in it, on the website, you're going to be able to choose the actual stone that you want. So, because this one is a little bit different in that it has a twisted wire wrapping, and these 3 have just regular wire wrapped caps on them. And besides the fact that you can choose what stone you want, you'll also be able to choose if you want a cord or a stainless steel chain. So I decided to put stainless steel chains on these because one, stainless steel isn't going to tarnish or rust or any of that, but also it keeps the cost down. And you guys can, like I said, have a cord if you prefer the suede cord. It'll be a nice long one, or you can do the cable chain. So the cable chain will come 18 to 30 inches. You'll be able to choose, and the suede cord that is sent is going to be at 54 inches long. Again, you can cut that if you prefer something a little bit different. The smallest kyanite piece here measures 54 millimeters long and 12 millimeters wide. And the largest piece that I have in this raw kyanite wire wrap collection is this one, which is going to be 65 millimeters long and 16 millimeters wide. As you can see, this is what it looks like on the neckline. Has that really beautiful silvery blue sheen, depending on where the light hits it. This one is with the roping wire wrap. And then I'm going to show you what the cord one looks like. This one has that really nice look to it with the wire wrap. Again, the nice silvery blue sheen. And then this one is shown with just the all triple wrapped necklace choker style. So that will be available as well. The next piece I have is, hold on, let me just turn my page so I make sure I'm going in order. Is a kyanite rollerball necklace. And I love these rollerball necklaces. They're not for everybody. If you're somebody that is looking to carry an essential oil elixir around with you, or maybe you wanted to carry, you can even put ashes, you could put sand, you could put just about anything you could think of. You can even do dried herbs in here. Whatever it is that you want to put in this little container, you can. And it comes with a little roller ball, and this is removable. And don't worry, I do wash these before I send them out. This is just my example one that I use for all the photos. So you can take this out, you can refill it. You don't have to use it, obviously, if you don't want to, but this is intended for essential oils, so you can just rub them on, whether it's for perfumes or if it's for healing properties. And again, you just twist that right back up. And this one features a gorgeous oval kyanite. And then the sterling silver details go right into the cap, which has this mother of pearl and sterling silver stamped detail that I hand stamped. And I like this one on a 30-inch chain. There is not an option for a shorter chain for this particular piece. I just don't feel it looks really right. Short, it doesn't really hang right. Interesting piece. Everybody can use these for, again, just a really interesting, unique piece. And if you're someone that loves the aromatherapy rollerball necklaces, this is just a really affordable way to have one. And the measurements are going to be 85 millimeters long. It's a pretty long necklace. By 17 millimeters wide at the widest point up here. And this is going to be a 3 millimeter stainless steel Rollo cable chain. And it is finished on a lobster claw clasp. So, and then the back of it also has an open back for the kyanite, all different textures throughout this piece. But yeah, this is really great if you're someone that wants to, even if you want to just pop it in your purse, you don't have to even wear it. And you can utilize it as just an essential oil roller ball if you don't. So we're gonna do this Kyanite Teardrop pendant, which is absolutely gorgeous. This is one of the larger stones in the Tiffany Soldered collection pieces that I did. I have the other larger teardrops in with the mini goddess collection that you'll see in a bit. So this one has a really beautiful open back. So you get that nice healing energy work when it's against your skin. And then we also have some really awesome texture throughout the metal and some accent ball details on the north and south side of the stone. This is a really nice thick cable chain, but this is very lightweight. So this is not heavy at all because these pieces, the Tiffany pieces, they tend to be a little bit heavier because there's more metal on them. But the chain is really, really light and comfortable. So here is what it looks like. I have this at 15 inches, but it will be available anywhere between 15 and 30 inches long on this really nice thick cable chain necklace. So let's get a little bit closer so you can see what that looks like on. And if you don't like the thick chain, of course I can accommodate it to be different, but on my website, those are the choices that I'm going to be offering is just the chain length, but it will be on this nice thick cable chain. This would actually look awesome with a dress. It looks a little bit dressier almost with that really thick chain. So this one is going to be measuring at 44 millimeters long and 26 millimeters wide. So if my hand could give you a little bit of reference. So moving on, we have the Kyanite and Labradorite Coffin piece. This shape stone is called a coffin shape. It's kind of hard for me to get, there we go, the flash on the Labradorite, but it is gorgeous. It has a really nice green blue effect to it, some yellow fire in there. I even saw a little purple when I was outside when I was photographing it. And then we have this really rich, nice kyanite on top. And then we have a little ball accent over here, really nice texture all throughout the piece. And again, an open back. So really nice if you're doing any kind of energy work with it. And again, we're doing a cable chain. This is going to be coming on, I believe this is shown on 18 inches again. I always make them at 18 because a lot of people like 18 inches, but it's available between 16 and 30 inches. So if you want it longer, I would recommend this one personally between like something a little shorter because I think it'll get lost if it's too long. But that's what it looks like on. I'm gonna try to get this outside, guys, so you can really see, because the fire is really pretty on this one. So the measurements on this one is gonna be 59 millimeters long, and it is 26 millimeters at its widest point, which is gonna be where this kyanite is. I love, 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 love these quartz points pieces. Are going to be this clear quartz with kyanite just placed on this top side of the quartz point. So on the side view here you could see the kyanite is set right on top of the front side of the quartz. It has a beautiful deep blue, this particular kyanite. We also have some sterling silver wire with some nice bold detail accents on both sides. I love that look. It kind of gives it a more fantasy vibe when you have a little more texture instead of everything being very smooth. Again, north and south ball accents on the kyanite stone. Sorry, it keeps focusing in and out. Figured it'd be easier to stand up, but for this one, it keeps unfocusing. But yeah, just a really, really interesting kyanite. This one has like little, if you could see, texture on the quartz. Guess it was just grown that way. And then I'm showing this on an 18-inch chain, but you can absolutely get this anywhere from 16 inches to 30 if you'd rather have this as a long necklace. And I really don't offer quartz points at a shorter length unless it falls flat. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes if they have if they don't have enough flat surface area, it won't sit flat, but this one is going to. That's why it looks really nice if you want to wear this even shorter. So again, 16 to 18 inches will be, 16 to 30 inches will be available for this particular necklace. Something that you're going to get a little bit of sterling on there. You're going to get stainless steel. Everything is quality chain. And then you have the beautiful kyanite and the quartz. And just to let you guys know, the way I price my jewelry is appropriate for the cost of the goods and then the labor that's, you know, involved to do each of these pieces. So the labor is a lot less intense for me to do these Tiffany Soldered. That's why the prices are cheaper than it is for metal smithing. And also my cost of goods are a lot higher for the metal line. So I'm going to keep going because I don't want to make this video too long, and I know it's already pretty long. I do appreciate you guys sticking around, and there will be timestamps below, so you don't have to listen to the entire video if you don't want to. So last but not least, this is one of my favorite pieces. I made this before with kyanite and moonstone, and this time it's going to be kyanite and labradorite. And I can't find these stakes as easily as I used to. So I didn't even preview this in my Instagram. This is kind of a surprise special piece that's going along with the collection. And this has a beautiful polished kyanite stick or stake or however you want to say it. With a beautiful sterling silver wire that's going to hold up on this nice snake chain. The north and south have 2 ball accents. It's a very deep blue, very hard to photograph. I found that you can't always see the flash on camera, but you can in person, and you can also on the video, which is nice. So this one is going to measure, let's see, 64 millimeters long by 20 millimeters wide. The labradorite is about 10 millimeters as well. And the snake chain that I'm showing this on is 15 inches, but there is another option in case you want a Rollo chain, and you can do the Rollo chain anywhere from 16 to 30 inches. So I'm sorry I don't have more options for the snake chain, but this is the 15 inches that you can get. But you can either do this or you can do the Rollo chain, which you could do longer or shorter depending on your needs. And I absolutely love this. It makes such a statement when you wear this piece. I have the other one with the moonstone, and I personally wore it a lot. I don't know why, I just really liked it. It looked nice with everything. In the summer, in the winter, it didn't matter because I could just wear anything with it, and it would really, people would constantly give me compliments on this particular piece. So I was really happy to reintroduce it with this particular collection. And this is the last of the Tiffany Soldered line. The rest of the pieces are going to be in my sterling silver line. The prices will be higher just because the labor and again, the cost of goods are a little bit higher. So the first one, let's see what we're going to talk about. Okay. So the first 2 pieces that I'm going to talk about are the Kyanite Ascension rings. I actually brought this style back this year, and they're absolutely gorgeous. Look at the depth of color that you're getting with this kyanite. Now this is where it kind of changes from what we were using before into a completely different new level of kyanite. These have almost a sapphire cobalt blue quality to them. They're absolutely stunning and rich against the sterling silver. And I'm sorry, I'm like staring at you guys. I just want to see, because I have 2 sizes available. So this size 7 is going to be 8 millimeters by 6 millimeters for the stone. And this front area where the 2 points are, that's 15 millimeters total. And then the back where the band is right here, that's 3 millimeters wide. So 15 millimeters up here, and then 3 millimeters wide on the back. I'm going to show you how this looks, just to let you know. And that's the back. So you get a little bit of openness because there is some open points. I'm going to take my ring off so you guys can really see it. Sorry if the lighting is not perfect up here, guys. I'm doing my best though. So that is what it looks like on. It really has such a beautiful, like, elongating effect. It's not a very bold ring, but it is still a really nice minimalist statement ring. And that's what I really, really like about it. Again, the color is just incredible. So that's the size 7. And then this is the 7 3/4. It's a bit big on my middle finger, but you'll get the idea. This one is a little bit bigger in size with the stone. The stone is going to be 9 by 7, so it's about 1 millimeters longer and wider, and 16 millimeters wide at the north and south points of the metal, and again 3 millimeters wide on the band. If you're a blue lover, this is definitely a ring for you. Guys, look at this. This would be an incredible thumb ring. I never say that about thumb rings, but this would actually be really rad. It's kind of hard to see, but great on a middle finger, pointer. It also, I see my neighbor outside, he's probably like, what is this girl doing? And then a ring finger. I think it wouldn't matter what you wear this on. It just looks nice all around. And this is kind of a sister ring, this next ring. It is called the 4 Points ring, which I've released in different styles and different stones before. It's a bit hard to see, honestly, on this thing. So let's just put it on the finger. This is actually going to be a smaller size ring. This is coming in at a 5 1/4. So if you're someone who has petite hands, I have about a size 5, and this is really comfortable for me. It has that really nice, this is a bit of a lighter blue than the other two. It's actually not even coming up, I feel like, on camera of how much lighter it is. I'll insert a picture though, and we'll do some other shots as well. And it has this 4 corners of recycled details. This is made with all hard solder. Nice double band in the back. I use 16 gauge wire. This is a little bit thinner in sterling wire than the other 2 rings. The other 2 I use 14 gauge. And it's not really a huge difference, but if you like more dainty jewelry, this is definitely something that you would like. And I don't think I actually did measurements. I forgot to put them on here, so I'm going to do them right now. So this one is going to measure right here, so that like north and south side, 11.4 millimeters wide, and then the back is about 2.54. So the other backs were 3 millimeters, so it's about a 0.5 millimeter less than the Ascension rings. And again, these 2 styles go hand in hand. I think they're both really, really pretty. This would make for an excellent alternative engagement ring style. I'm gonna definitely have to include some diamonds within this range at some point. So the next ring that I'm going to feature is the Kyanite Inlay ring. And I'm very, very excited to show you guys this ring. So I just recently picked up Inlay, which I'm going to do a separate video on me trying it out for the first time. And I really, really enjoyed the process and just the overall look of how it comes out. So I wanted to play around with one of the Kyanite gemstones that I had for this collection and feature some inlay work. So here we have the Kyanite oval with Kingman turquoise inlaid within the silver. I absolutely love, love, love this technique. I love the way this looks. And this was really, I did this on the fly. I just kind of went with it, and whatever was gonna work was gonna work. And if it didn't, it didn't, but it ended up turning out really cool. So we have so many different solder joints going on the back plate alone. We have the bezel wall that we soldered. Then I have the wire that I soldered around the bezel. And then I created these 2 kind of mountains on the north and south side of the bezel. I basically needed to create an area, a channel where I could put some crushed turquoise inlay, and I chose kind of the black background. It really makes the turquoise pop, and it's completely flush with the ring. So it's something that if you like inlay work, it's just a really, really fun ring. And don't worry, I'm gonna definitely do some outside shots because it's getting a little darker in here. And I don't want you guys to, I want you to be able to see the ring in all the angles that I can possibly show you guys. If you love inlay, this is an incredible ring, and the shank is super, super thick. We're talking 7 millimeters, I believe. Let's see. The band is 7 millimeters, 7.45 millimeters wide, okay? By 2, is it? Yeah, 2 millimeters thick. So, I mean, it's just it's an incredible shank. It's well balanced. And this is a size 7.25. So if you're a 7.25, but just keep in mind that is a wider band. But man, this packs a punch, this ring. So some of the most important pieces that I'm gonna showcase are coming up right now in this collection. They're the Summer Goddess collection. It's my olive branch series, and they are so special to me. They took me a really long time to make. I really spent the time creating them, and I didn't rush the process with these. They're individually very in-depth pieces. So I don't like to rush things anymore, especially when it comes to making jewelry and making nice jewelry. I want it to come out and not feel disappointed. I hate when I spend so much time on a piece and that's what happens. And I don't really do that anymore. So yeah, I'm really excited to just show you guys what I have in store for you. And the first one, we're going to start with the smallest piece of the collection, is this gorgeous kyanite and sterling silver necklace with this 14 karat detail. It's strung on a sterling silver cable chain, has a really nice sparkle to it. This chain is excellent. It has an anti-tarnish coating on it. I've used this chain for probably 10 years and never have had an issue with it. It is just fantastic quality, and I don't say that lightly. It's all hand recycled sterling and gold. The back plate is sterling silver. Again, you can see the gold detail on the bottom. Just like a nice kiss accent on the bottom. The blue is just a really nice like denim blue. This would go great with everyday wear. I'm gonna put this on. I don't know what it is about this piece. It really reminds me of like back to the classics, and you're gonna see why this is a part of the mini collection within my collection. It's really the gold accent that goes along with the other pieces. As you can see, it has that really nice deep blue, just a really nice simple statement piece. If you're someone that's not really interested in all of the big bold jewelry but wants something that will last forever, this is the piece for you. And again, that will come on an 18-inch chain. But that's just another last look at it. I really miss doing these kind of simplistic pieces. I think that they say a lot more about jewelry than we give them credit for. There's definitely a place for everything, in my opinion, every style of jewelry. I love all styles, by the way. All right, so let's move on to the olive branch pieces. These next three pieces are the last pieces in the collection and my favorites. I picture a gorgeous creature of a person just walking down like Santorini, Greece in her white flowing dress and really minimalist makeup and just these pieces on her, like one of them, like one cuff or just the ring or just the pendant. And they could also be used in the icy days of winter with your sparkly like silveries and just denim wear and your boots. Like this is going to translate to, I believe, any season. It just reminds me of a Grecian goddess. So without further ado, here is the Kyanite Olive Branch series number 1. So this particular ring has two 14 karat gold accents. And then on the side over here, this is all handcrafted with sterling silver. It's all recycled. I torch it. I add these little kind of organic looking sprig details. And then we have each of these petals are individually hand cut and soldered. I have a roping around the kyanite bezel. Then we also have some really nice texture work in between the branches and the kyanite, just to kind of give it some dimension to the piece. It has obviously a lot of pop factor. If you want something large and in charge, this is that kind of piece for you. This is a triple band half round ring, split ring shank. This is a big mamba jamba, okay? It's coming up a little bit yellow just because of the tones that it's picking up of my skin tone, but it is bright white, sterling silver, huge ring shank. I mean, the ring shank alone is 11 millimeters wide to like 14 millimeters wide, where it gets the widest over there. And then this one, the back plate on here is going to be 31 millimeters by 33 millimeters. So it's definitely a larger ring, but it's not too large by any stretch of the imagination. And it's just really, really interesting, really fun. You could really wear this with denims. You could wear this with a dress. You could dress this up, dress this down. I think the blue makes it really approachable for everyday wear. And then the other two pieces that are in this mini collection that goes with this are just equally as fun. These are my favorites. I love, this is the kyanite cuff, and you have this really nice deep kyanite blue, again with that same 14 karat gold accent. And again, we have those individually hand cut petals and organic details, the texture, the roping, all of that mimics the ring that we just saw. And then we have these hand recycled. Now these are actually molten metal I pour and I recycle into this half round wire. So it starts with like a slab and then I get it into this really nice polished shape. Now it becomes that nice polished shape. End caps are nice and smooth. So it's comfort. The way you put this on is you want to start on the side. And then this is a meat size, like small to medium. I have very small wrists, so I wear it a little bit higher up on my arm. But this is a 6.5-inch cuff with a 1-inch opening. So you just want to measure around your cuff, and I'll have more information on my website to make sure that this is something that would fit you. So all of this is all hand recycled and then polished to a mirror high shine. You have this nice, really brushed finish on the top, so you can bring out all the texture and the beautiful work with the petals. But it's just a really, really pretty piece. I mean, if you're going out, if you're going to a wedding, if you're just going for like a beach vacation, I don't know. I just want to be on a beach vacation always. So, but yeah, this is actually going to measure 48 millimeters by 43 millimeters. So we got 48 millimeters by 43 millimeters wide. And then the cuff portion is about 29 millimeters at its widest, and down here is about 9 millimeters at its widest. The last piece that I have, and this is probably, I guess, my favorite piece out of all three of these pieces, is the first one I actually made, which was the necklace. This was intended to be the cuff, but it's actually a bigger stone, and I thought it would look nicer on the neckline, and I think it does. We're measuring in at 52 millimeters by 47 millimeters across. 14 karat gold accents, again, the roping, the texture, the petals. I mean, you guys get the gist of where we're going with the details, but it's absolutely beautiful, and it's going to come on an oxidized Rolo chain, really nice. I think it's about 2.8 millimeters. It's the perfect size without distracting from the pendant, but it also can hold the weight of it. It's also still super comfortable the weight. This is the back, so we have a hidden bail, so you don't have to worry about that distracting from the piece. This is, I have to finish this chain still, but guys, come on. Oh, I feel like this one's really it. I don't know why, but this is just my favorite piece of the collection. I really think that it has so much to offer, and it's just striking, the blues, everything about it. Well, guys, I just wanted to thank you for tuning in. If you lasted the entire video, thank you so much. I really appreciate anybody who comes in, checks in on my channel. If you're a customer or if you're just a fellow jeweler. And I'm really excited to release this collection. If you follow me on Instagram, you can have all those notifications. You'll be the first person to know when everything is dropping, when I'm doing new pieces, behind the scene looks. So that's like the best way to really keep up with anything that I'm doing. Again, my website link will be below if you want to shop my website, if you want to shop this collection. And won't be out though until August 28th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I hope you guys are doing well. And thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.